What's up, world? It's your boy Tommy Mav, and I came to speak on something that may not be sports related, but I feel as if there are certain things in life that just piss you off when you wake up in the morning. And one of those things today was the whole situation with the guy George Floyd, who just died over in Minneapolis. And I normally don't even speak, or at least not, on my channel about these types of things, but I felt like it was such it was such an injustice to me. Yeah, I felt the need to speak on it because it blows me away, the rather cavalier attitude that a lot of people have towards this situation, because it turns into a right fight instead of what's right? And when I look at the whole situation with George Floyd, what I see is not. I don't know if the cop is a racist. I do know he's a fucking idiot, and I do know that I don't think he would have done that had he saw someone who looked like him. Not because I don't like I say, in my opinion, I don't think he would have done that to anybody who looks like him or who he didn't think was a prize, right? If you look at George Floyd and this guy, this guy comes up to like George Floyd's chest, right? So in his best day, he would have got his ass tarred and feathered if they actually fought in the fight, right? So you got to realize, and there are a lot of good police officers, and it kind of feels fucking redundant to have to say that. Obviously, they're good police officers, because I don't ever, what I'm saying? I always hear people immediately, because, in our country, white Americans are the majority, so people always feel the need to preemptively explain their arguments so that white people don't get mad. And to me, that shit just pisses me off. It's like, I don't need to explain to a dumbass who wants to take the side of a cop that sits on someone's neck for 10, 15 minutes until they die. I'm sorry, if you are in any way looking for a way to exonerate the cop in this, you're a fucking idiot. There's no decision, there's no talking, there's nothing me and you can agree on. Because you are the type of person that you're just in it. You don't care about the lives. You don't care about the police officer, and you damn sure don't care about the cop. The guy on the ground. You care about the one thing that affects you, which is white people being called racist. That's the only shit you care about. And if it wasn't a white guy and a black guy, you wouldn't have any comments on the fucking story. The only reason why you choose to comment on the story is because it is a black person and a white person. If it was two white people, your ass wouldn't be commenting on it. But because the reason why you're in it is because of the one thing in America that affects you the most, which is white people being called racist. So I don't understand why people waste their time arguing with those dumbasses, because they're never going to believe, they're never going to come to your aid, they're never going to see your side of the story, because it doesn't help them to see your side of the story. But that being said, what you see on this tape is a man initially say, "Get off my neck. I cannot breathe. You are going to kill me." And I know it's stupid, and I probably shouldn't, because he's just an idiot. But the Asian cop that sat there and or could have been Spanish, but he looked Asian, who was sitting there putting his hands up saying he's fine. That is the problem with the police. You can clearly see he was not comfortable. You can clearly see he was being dragged in some bullshit because he had an idiot for a partner. And he's sitting up there like, okay, right now I'm trying to control the situation. But think of what would have happened if that Asian cop would have been like, bro, he's secure. You like, I know he may be lying, but let's not risk it. Instead of him trying to talk sense to his obviously his partner, who is obviously at this point just being a dick. He's just doing this not because of the suspect, but because of the people who are antagonizing him, right? So he's obviously doing this shit because he's being antagonized by them. So he continues to keep keep pushing on this stuff, right? He continues to push on this guy's neck until the guy literally passes out. Guy's passed out. He's telling him, look, the dude is passed out. He hasn't moved in 3 or 4 minutes. He's still sitting with his neck because this guy is such a dick that like I said, I don't know he's a racist. But I do know that he is one of those idiots that when someone tries to tell them they're doing something wrong, they'll go down with the shit, right? Instead of them stopping and continuing, now this idiot's whole life is fucked up because all he had to do was show a little bit of common sense and just say, I know that they're telling me to do it, and I don't want them to want it to seem like they're making me do this. You know what I mean? Because that's what it was about. It's all about, it was a dick waving contest. Instead of him getting up, he was trying to prove they can make him do something. Right? Like because he's probably one of these dicks who see these police videos and is constantly saying, I'm going to do my job regardless. I don't care if they are filming me. And he looks like he's one of these idiots who tried to prove a point and ended up killing this man. And it was all like I say, if you read the Bible, it is real, right? It says, you reap what you sow. And people always think that means karma. Karma is not the same thing as reap what you sow. Reap what you sow means the seeds you plant are inevitably the tree that will grow, right? The habits that you continue to use, the habits that you continue to lean on that you know are wrong will eventually lead to your ruin. That's what it means. A person who is a liar will only be around other liars. It will only breed you being closer and closer to other liars. Why? Because to get to where you got, lying was how you got there. So the only people that will be there with you are people who lie. People who kill, a killer will inevitably run into a killer. Why? Because the only way he got to where he was by killing. So in order to be in that spot with them, the person has to be a killer. And to be an idiot, when you are an idiot like him who does not respect other people, like I said, you can tell by his temperament that he is one of these people who constantly are angered by people saying that the cops need to be nicer and need to have more decency when they're dealing with people who they don't know committed a crime. This guy was taken to jail for a believed forgery, the humanity, and had the nerve to resist being arrested. Okay, and anybody who will point to the fact that he resisted being arrested, let me point this out to you, right? I work at a job that is extremely annoying. A lot of you work at jobs where it is extremely annoying, where a customer is an asshole who is annoying. You do not get to choke him out, okay? When a customer is being a dick to you at your job, sometimes even violent, sometimes spitting, punching, no matter whatever you do, you are not allowed to choke them out until they fucking die, okay? So stop acting like you cannot understand how hard it is to be a police officer. Everybody deals with dicks on their job, okay? So stop with the bullshit. Everybody deals with dicks, all right? And you do not get a pass to kill people because you're a cop and the person, your customer, is a dick today, okay? So stop using that as an excuse to kill people. I get so, as you can tell by my voice, I get so irate when I hear someone say, well, you should just listen to the cop. Well, you should have just listened to the cashier when you were walking through your line and she told you that this is the policy. You should have listened to the usher at the movies when he told you this is the policy. But you still got mad and you still talk shit to him, didn't you? You didn't get to choke him out for challenging. I mean, he didn't get to choke you out for challenging his authority or his understanding of the fucking law. Stop it. That's bullshit. You're killing people because you're bad at your job. And at this point, if a man is on his fucking belly, handcuffed, and you cannot restrain him, you should not be a police officer. I'm sorry, people. Well, sometimes people can still get up. I don't give a shit. If that is the point, then we gotta be more thorough about the way who we're hiring to be police officers. Which is another thing altogether. Because if you I tried to go out to be a police officer, right? When I was in college, passed the physical exam. Obviously, I'm a former football player, Division I football player, so obviously that wasn't a problem. Passed the academic place. I failed the interview. right? You want to know why I got an interview? During the interview, of all white officers, right, the police union who was hiring me, were all white officers. They're sitting up there, they say to me, the first question that they asked me was, what would I do if I was standing next to my partner and he says to me, and he calls someone the N-word? This is what the first question they asked me. And I'm sitting there like, and it caught me so off guard. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, why? Okay, so first of all, you're racially putting me in a position that you can't, okay, so let's just say this is just a standard fucking question, right? It puts me in a space as a African American that the white person can't possibly be in as a white person, right? Different experiences are going to answer that question differently. So it's a question that is very it separates people. So if you're using this to judge how I become a cop or not, that is very that is very dangerous, to say the least. Let's say that. Because if a person shows themselves to be a person who does not, because what I said was I would do my job. I would say I would do what my job requires me to do, but at the same time, yes, I probably would say something to him if he calls someone the N-word while doing his job, because he obviously has no control and has lost control of the situation if he's doing it, right? So I end up passing all of them, and passing the thing, and they come back to me and they say, well, we reserve the right. This is what they said. I say, well, the thing says that I got this and I got this and I got this. Why all of a sudden now you're telling me I didn't pass, but on your brochure it says if I got this score that I passed, but I got that score overall. So why are you telling me I don't have the job? He says, oh, well, we reserve the right to go a little higher or a little lower if we choose to. So now, I'm not saying that they fired me because I answered the question wrong. No. What I'm saying is there's a possibility they did not hire me because I answered the question wrong, which could have been avoided if they didn't ask me the damn question. Okay? So here's the point. If you're dealing with somebody if you're dealing with idiots that hire people based on the thought process of a room full of white cops, who, as we've seen from their radio being leaked, them giving their interviews, a lot of them are not on the up and up. There's a large possibility that you have actual racists on that thing, right? This is fact. There's a possibility on this play. What I'm trying to say is, they need to stop the police union for being the people who hire these people, right? The police union should not be the people hiring the people on there, because all they're going to do is hire more dicks like them. Okay, so they're not going to hire anybody. There's been a hiring process that even has been led back to them hiring actual Klansmen. They literally used to grab people straight from Klan meetings and take them to the police office. Right? So this is the problem. When you got dicks hiring dicks, you're going to have an abundance of dicks. All right? As an African American, when I grew up, I promise you, I thought all cops were dicks. Right? I used to say hi to them. They'd drive by you like they didn't see you. If you said something, if you made eye contact with them, they would walk over to you and fuck with you. It was just, like I said, these people who have never lived in a low income area can never understand what it's like to live in a low income area as an African American. The shit is terrible. Okay? Police officers are like bullies. They fuck with you all the time. When you walk by, they wait on the corners all the time. They sit and wait on corners, and then they will call you. And they know that these little kids don't know their rights, right? They know they don't know their rights. You good? Yeah, they know they don't know their rights. So what they end up doing is they take advantage of the fact that they're children. So they'll come in there and they'll do shit they know they're not supposed to do. And the prosecutor, my wife is an actual prosecutor, so I know they have to throw cases out all the time because cops are constantly doing things they know they're not supposed to do, and they think that the lawyers are just gonna lie and take the case anyways. So they know inevitably these cases are gonna be thrown out, but they just do it to fuck with people. Right? So they know that this person is not going to go to trial for this. He's not going to go to jail for this. Nothing's going to happen to him for this. But I'm going to fuck with him anyways and just fuck up his day by slamming him on his head and taking him to jail. And then I'm going to say he did this. They're going to prove he didn't do it. Who really cares? At the end of the day, I still got to fuck him up. And he ended up in jail for 4 or 5 hours and ended up having to bond out. So in the end, I win. But anyways, I just want to say that real quick because I felt like it needed to be said. So please comment. Let me know what you think. Comment, subscribe, and let me know what you think. All right, y'all. Bye.